Ladies and gentlemen, Animal Farm updates. I know I'm late. I have a reason. But what do I think of all this controversy and drama that's surrounding it? Let's dig into it. Okay, welcome back to the Crypto Wave. I apologize for the late video. I actually had made two videos, or attempted to make two videos last week when all the drama was going around and there was all kinds of chaos, and there still kind of is. But unfortunately, I recorded like a 15-20 minute video as I typically do, and on playback, the audio was just not working. I don't know what it was. My microphone, everything was set up proper. My recording tools were all no settings were changed. So I did the typical reset, just a couple things on the computer, did another test run. Hopefully we are working now, so I apologize for the delay, but honestly, what has come of it? All right. Well, for anybody who doesn't know and anybody who follows my channel, everybody knows that I'm big on Animal Farm. There was some suspicion or some arguments that were arising, and an alternate group were created. I'm actually in that group, although I'm not really contributing, and it doesn't allow messages and such. But it only stands to reason to look at both sides of a coin. Now, there was voice chats in there, and there was some drama surrounding some wallets. There were some accusations thrown about that the leaders of Animal Farm, including Forex and the other developers, were manipulating the system. There was some drama around these wallets, as some of them, it appeared, had minted some pigs when the Animal Farm relaunched. And those pigs, in essence, were placed into the pig pen and were leeching off the system. Basically meaning that when they, not the pig credit, but when they went into the pig pen, there's actually a chunk that they're actually pulling from this value with pigs that were minted for free and not purchased, and they're saying those belong to the developers. Now, that's one of many accusations that came across. Within that channel, there was some videos, and there were some people that were bringing up a lot of valid points, things that are tracked on blockchain, things that are difficult to explain, although Forex apparently went into one of the chats and kind of yelled at them a little bit and denied it all, although later it came out that maybe 2 of the 5 or 6 wallets that were in question belonged to him. So there's a lot of stuff going around it. And I've had kind of a week to sit on this, and they're still doing more research and things. And I believe there was some sort of a voice chat or something in the group today. I'm not really sure. I didn't quite listen to it. But I guess, where do we stand and where do I stand? Anybody who follows this channel knows that I've been a pretty big Animal Farm advocate for quite some time. I've put a lot of, I don't want to say I put a lot of eggs in the basket, but I did put a decent amount in, and I'm following through with my plans. And that plan is to keep developing or getting more and more pigs, keep earning that 2% per day. It's very, very low, and it's very, very slow given the current BUSD rewards. But it's also, there's nothing happening with the pigs. The pigs token itself has been on a steady decline, as you can see, since it launched. But that's also because the farm has been shut down. There's zero, well, not zero, but there's basically nothing feeding in, and the ecosystem is not even up and running yet. And that's what we're waiting for with the dogs token. Now, there was also that controversy surrounding the dogs. Let me finish this thought. My goal is always to get these pigs and own the farm, so to speak. On top of that, everybody knew my plan for piggy bank. I am sticking to it. Still depositing 1 piggy bank per week. I am now just a few days away from getting right here. So 2 days away from getting number 5 released. So I'll soon have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 come Friday released. Compounding money through Friday, withdrawing Saturday, Sunday. And every Friday, I'm always going to be depositing, at least at this point, 10. Because as I cash out on Saturday and Sunday, I hold it up here, and then I deposit that 10 into the piggy bank. What's remaining from that, I split take what I can, whatever pig I have, I then deposit it into here, which then claims these values for me. And that's kind of the cycle I've been doing. Now we are waiting for the dogs, as we mentioned. Dogs token is still on pause. The farm is still on pause. Some of the controversy surrounding that is indeed the fact that the farm is still paused, and why is it not active? What is happening on the back end? What is possibly being adjusted, tweaked, or manipulated? It shouldn't, there's questions saying it should not take this long to develop something like this. It's all hard to say. The other thing, actually, let me go back to my last video also, is because I also kind of had an issue, which was brought up in this other group, which was there was a AMA in which Forex had mentioned if you had deposited through the dog's crediting contract that you would only be getting single stake dogs. So if you come over to no, it's not the farms, it's over in the pools. You would only, so even if you put in LP, dogs BNB or dogs BUSD LP, you would only, you'd only be getting dogs single stake equivalent. So say you had $500 worth of dogs and $500 worth of BNB and it was an LP token, you would get $1,000 worth of dogs based on the price of when it was paused. And as you guys know from my last video, I kind of had a problem with that. And I knew it was going to cause an uproar, and it did. Now, since then, there was supposedly Forex did another AMA, and he said, hey, you know what, everybody misunderstood me. In essence, you're going to get an option, and that option is you can either take it all in single stake dogs, or you can take it as dogs LP. But if you take it as dogs LP, there'll be certain variables, investing and things of that nature, kind of like what he's doing with the pigs and the pig pen. Now, do you believe that? Because I'm pretty sure I heard what I heard, and whether I misunderstood or not, it was pretty dang clear, and it had been talked about for quite a while. So why he would wait a week to get clarification until this group started creating an uproar, I don't know. So maybe he's basically saying, hey, everybody misunderstood. This was always available, but in reality on the back end, they're tweaking the contracts as quickly as they can. Who knows? It boils down to, what does your gut think? What do you think is happening? Do you trust the team? Do you not trust the team? Have you done enough research on your own, looking at both sides of the coin, to feel comfortable having your funds in a platform like this? Everybody's going to have a different answer. Some people are saying they got burned too bad and they want to get out. Some people are sticking with it and, trust their gut and trust this team. Where do I stand? Well, to be honest with you, it's very complicated. It's very tricky. I feel my gut and my research and the amount of time I've spent with this, as well as watching the team, paying attention to AMAs, being part of the group. Whether there's something going on in the background or not, I don't know. I do believe the team has the best interests of the community at heart, although they have been making some decisions without the DAO being a part of it. That should be rectified once the DAO comes open. If they truly wanted to rug pull at this point, I feel like they could have. I mean, they literally have had this farm on hold since, God, whenever this was, May, June, July now. So 3 months it's been on hold. If they were going to rug pull, they could have rug pulled by now, I guess, in my opinion. Some people are calling it a slow or a soft rug. I don't necessarily see it that way. There was controversy saying maybe the rehypothecation wasn't technically being rehypothecated, and if it was, where's the money? Because in reality, if everything's being rehypothecated, then the pig pen should have a much more significant value here. We should see a lot more buybacks, and there's all kinds of debate. The developer and Forex are still saying they have all those funds and they haven't even touched it yet. I personally think there's probably truth to each side. I think there's probably truth in what they're developing, projecting, paying, and rehypothecating, and bringing on marketing, and all the things that they're saying they're going to do. I believe they truly are doing. But I also probably believe that there was some stuff that happened on the back end that maybe wasn't disclosed. I don't think it was enough that would ruin the project per se, but some people are going to interpret it as ruining the project. So it's tough to say. I personally say this is the way I looked at it. I feel like my gut did enough research, trust the team enough, and have followed on long enough to think that this is indeed going to go live and start producing once again. Where that comes from, who knows? But if what they are doing truly comes to fruition, this is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Do I think the Scratchies is going to turn this thing around and everything's going to go up to $1,000? No. Do I think the Dogs Roulette game is going to do the same? No. We're in a huge down market. Everything is down at this point, including this one. When the market is down and people are losing money, they're going to get mad, angry, and lash out. However, with that being said, you have to realize what they're trying to develop here. They're trying to develop a platform and an ecosystem with the community involved. My small part is I try and support it and do these YouTube channels to the followers that follow along with me. I try and help out in the chat whenever I can. But in reality, what are we asking them? We are asking them to create an ecosystem with very little assistance from us that allows us to click buttons and take money more than we put into it. That's a big ask. And I think it's reasonable. Developers get paid for the amount of effort they're putting into it. Now, them getting paid meaning that they were going to manipulate things in the back end remains to be seen. However, this thing has been producing money, albeit very, very little, without it even up and running. If the developers are taking some off the top, so be it. Every project basically does. Did they disclose it or not? Sounds like they didn't. There's a lot of variables you can go with it. But I guess if I haven't made it clear yet, I am comfortable and I'm confident where my funds are at the moment, and I think this will be a juggernaut should they pull it off. There's always a risk that what they're doing, maybe they've burned too many bridges and maybe they've burned the community too much, that it can't quite recover. Hopefully that's not the case. I personally am going to wait to see this thing to start getting active. I can't wait for the hype to come back to it. I can't wait for the farms to start farming again. I can't wait for the pools to start pooling again. I love that I'm banking heavily, or not heavily, but my piggy bank strategy is working out very, very well. I think the PIGGYBANK, once the fees and things are starting to come across, are going to be pretty dang good. So what am I going to do? I'm going to keep chugging, guys. I'll do another video hopefully tomorrow, maybe the next day. I'll talk about what the plan is, what the dog tokens are going to look like, what the tax is going to look like, how to try and get that tax down with loyalty scores and things like that. I'll dig into that, and hopefully we'll do a video tomorrow on it. But I just wanted to make sure I got this video out since I missed it last week from my recording errors. So you kind of knew where I stood, and I know this will probably cause some controversy in the chats. I know my last video there's a lot of angry people, and absolutely rightfully so. Everybody should make their own decision. Follow your gut, follow your research. What I do may not fit for you, and that's totally fine. But also, I don't think you should badmouth and talk down those who do want to stick it out, such as myself, and those who do not. I will never criticize those who want to jump ship and get the heck out, and I'm not going to criticize those that want to stay in and see it through. So let's keep it clean. I appreciate you tuning in. Let me know what you think. If there's any video that you want me to do that I haven't done yet, drop me a comment and I'll work on that. But otherwise, I hope everybody's having a great night, and hopefully I'll do another video in the next day or two. Have a good one.